one more time. Forgive me, I lost my breath when I was sitting down getting ready. What's up, everyone? I am the High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith, reincarnated. On another one. In order to keep up with me, you would have to see what I post on my community page and all the videos leading up to this. What do you got? Well, my heart chakra is breaking in the back. I can feel it right now. We're going to talk about the shadow. Your shadow side that nobody talks about. Can I tell you a secret? You are a shadow version of yourself. You're walking in your shadow. Love and lighters like to say you're in your lower self. You're in a low vibration. You're a shadow of yourself. What is the shadow? The part we hide. Okay. So in essence, you're the shadow. Who you really are is what you hide. Now, people think that what you're hiding is your pain. Yeah, partially. But what you're hiding is your vulnerability. The pain isn't vulnerability. Talking about it makes you feel vulnerable. But anything painful that you've been through, as long as you're on the other side, what? Nope. No, thank you. Anything that you've been through, and you're on the other side talking about it, you've, in a sense or another, overcome. So there's strength in your suffering and your pain. But the vulnerable side of you, which we call as your divine feminine side, is your best attributes. It's all your good stuff. And that's the side you hide. You hide behind the masculine side that shows that you're all powerful and you're in control and you have, you know what I mean, you can do all things and you're all great. Both of them are, you know what I mean, depending, you can be in your shadow side of either. So today I talked about all kinds of different stuff, and I've been talking about that right now. My battle is to take off my quote-unquote masculinity. And my masculinity is my shadow. It's not who I really am, but it's what I've been. So it's an enormous part of me. But when I'm acting like that, when I'm in my masculinity, I don't get to be who I truly am, which is loving and nurturing and kind and vulnerable and sweet. I have to be the emperor. I have to be a king. I have to be, you know what I mean, the authoritative figure in, you know what I mean, the protector, the provider, the everything. Okay, so it looks all powerful on the outside, but my power is my weakness. Because that's as much as I can do it, and I do it so beautifully. It's a mask, and it hides who I really am. Mine was created out of self-preservation, self-survival mechanisms. So then I shared this clip. I shared a couple things today. I shared the teachings of Carl Jung and what trauma, you know what I mean, trauma does to people, right? How they act differently, very strategically. And if you listen to the video, that's exactly how I act, right? And then I shared something else just, you know, in my shorts. And it was the Joker, and it's you know, mom being proud of you because you were so independent and you never needed anyone. And I put in there, I was like, you created this monster. If you take the two videos together, you get my childhood. And all the new people don't know. Because we'll talk about it when we have to, but we don't really want to bring it up. I want to tell you how I love my mom and that, you know what I mean? She meant so much to me. You don't know what my mom did to me. And that I'm all forgiving about the actions it had a super devastating effect on my personality. And that's what I'm healing today, is that over-independence. That's what I'm struggling with. And if you go back to Carl Jung's video, it's like we've learned to not ever ask because there was no one ever to give it. And that could have been taught to you. I could have taught you that a year and a half ago when God started humbling me and telling me to ask people for help. I couldn't do it. Don't make me do it, God. They're not going to say yes. He didn't care. He wanted me to get used to asking people. And I knew that they would never say no. I was programmed that it'll always be no, that nobody will ever help me. You have to understand the stories that nobody ever took care of me. All the way to her. She didn't not just take care of me. She put me in danger. She took out all her feelings on me. She created the monster that I became, that I showed the people. In essence, she told me how to be a human. The only thing I knew about being a human was from her and the people around me. And so I grew up emulating what I had seen. And all I saw was, you know what I mean, over-independence. Never saw a man, never saw anything but good work habits that everyone, you know, admired. A strong work ethic, you know what I mean, cleanliness. I learned about education, how important, how powerful having an education was. Not because she pushed it on me, but because I saw that shower having one. People looked up to her because of her education. It didn't matter that her kids were dropped out as long as she was going to school. She went back to school. You know, it's a lot of crazy shit, and it's like, I want people to see me all strong, but that's only a part of me, and it's not really who I am. What I really am is very vulnerable, very fragile, very soft, very kind. But I don't get to be that. I have to be this shadow version of myself to protect myself. And God's telling me to take that part off. And I'm like, that's what got me here. That's the only thing I know. This is who got, you know what I mean? You know, saying that the beast was the shadow, there's a part of me that gets real crazy. And I called it the beast. And it's like that part saved my life, bro. Why didn't it come out sooner? Why didn't it kill people? Why didn't it go after people sooner? Why didn't it protect me sooner? That's all I had to protect me, was this piece of me. But it wouldn't even come out, it didn't come out fast enough. It didn't protect me quick enough. In essence, you know what I mean? This very part I feared and I hated, and I was so afraid that if it came out, you know what I mean? It was all a bad thing. But when I saw what it was really meant to do, I was like, why didn't you save me sooner? Marshall does the same thing. He tries to make it look like he's all fucking powerful from his fucking overcoming his life. But at the same time, he's trying to explain to you that he's all weak from it. It's destroyed him. Everybody thinks that, you know what I mean? You guys think that we're powerful. You know, the power is in our courageous acts. The courageous thing was not being, you know what I mean, not letting it kill us. The acts that were done upon us, done upon children still today, and will be done tomorrow, and for years to come until we fix this. You're not really who God made you. They say you're your lower self. The persona is what Carl Jung called it. You're this version that you created to show people, to protect yourself. It's your personality. It's your ego, your identity, but that's not who you are. I had 7 of them. And then they were gone. I didn't have any shields to put up. No one would take over when things got rough. I had to figure this all out by myself. Never had this situation happen before. This auto mechanic system. And sometimes it does. It just, the flex turns on. It's like you're acting out of your shadow. You know what I mean? It's like it just turns on and I can just sit back and watch it. I'm like, fuck, you're being very low vibrational right now. Well, after it's done, we'll wait till this fire goes out to put it out. You know what I mean? Rise from the ashes, I suppose. In the sense of that, it explains it too. You know, Carl Jung was trying to tell you is like, you know, you're triggering a ghost inside of me. And I have to face it in front of you. I can't hold it down. And I have 39 years of ghosts in there, all waiting to come out and say hello. Let me tell you what's happened to us. Let me tell you what happened to you. Let me show you how bad I hurt. Let me show you who hurt us. Again, I don't want to make it all come out at once because I can't handle that. If I could have handled life, I would have handled it when it was happening, but I didn't. So now I have to handle it one by one as they come. In the beginning, it would be all day, every day. Some of them would knock me down for days. I'd get up, have one, you know, happy day, a Thursday, and I was right back at it. Sometimes I do them all a couple times a day. And that's what I said yesterday. I don't want to go outside. Sometimes I don't want to. The outside world is made to trigger me into my inside world, where I must sit there and you know what I mean, see my own pain and suffering, what's been done to me, and turn it around before it kills me. Because each one of them could kill me. Each one of these memories could fall into any pit of despair and die. One of them, a couple of them, I almost did. So something simple, you know what I mean? Like yesterday, when I tell you I'm bent over in a fetal position and I'm having a hard time finding a way to live, it's for real. But as you see, I get back up. I'm the girl that always gets back up, bro. And that's why magic can't stick to me. If they sent something at me to push it to what it's going to do is it's supposed to attack a hurting part of me, right? A weakness, as they would perceive it as. It's only weak because I don't know it's there. I can alchemize anything. Meaning what? Bring light to it, love, compassion, and understanding. Some of them are hard to understand. Some are really hard to forgive. Some are harder to let go of. But I know what it takes, and I execute it, and sometimes it takes a little bit more. Sometimes they're easy breezy, cover your girl. But we get through it. And that's what I teach you over here. Nobody's going to fix you but you when you start facing what's wrong with you and what's happened to you. And just like me, you need someone to bring it out. Because most of these are, again, subconscious. They're locked away. You've purposely locked this memory away so you didn't have to feel it. The brain did. Why? To protect you. It doesn't think you can handle it. And then you go out in the outside world and something makes you remember or triggers you. Somebody does or says something that sends you fucking off the fucking rail. It's not what's happening right now. It's something that's happened a long time ago. Follow the pipe hole. That's what I teach you. The world's made to make me remember all the things I want to forget. I wanted to forget. But I can't go forward without the wisdom of my experiences. Otherwise, I'll have to re-experience them. And some I really do. I have to go right into the pattern one more time, see it again. Or maybe another couple times. Doesn't mean I don't know what I'm doing, what's happening. And I've said that to Marshall. I said that over the Christmas. I know that I'm in a pattern with you. I'm not fully aware. It has nothing to do with you. I don't know how to break this yet. Meaning, my behaviors with you have nothing to do with you. It's a behavior pattern, meaning you struck something, and now I'm acting a certain way towards you that I act towards others. It's a reenactment. It has nothing to do with you. I'm acting like I always did. I don't know what's making me act this way and why this is what I do. Give me a minute to figure it out. And it never has anything to do with the person in the present. But you take it out on them. And that's what I really did in the beginning. And that's why I was like, they've seen it. They've just never seen me do it to God. Now you've seen what God did and what it calls for. And it's like, are you dealing with a crazy person? No. You're dealing with a freaking emotionally damaged person. And that's exactly what I told my social worker today. You know, because she caught me yesterday and I was just crying. She's like, you know, so I explained to her, like, do you need some mental health resources? It's like, all right, I'm going to wipe the tears off my face and explain this. Let me dumb this down for you. I was like, a mental health practitioner is there to be a helping ear and try to find what might be, you know, the best diagnosis for you. In essence, they're trying to find what's wrong with your brain. I don't have anything wrong with my brain. I'm actually psychologically superior to most. What's wrong with me is, you know, I have emotional damage. And I have to do the psychological healing all on my own to fix it. Unfortunately, you know, they're not going to have the brain capacity to do the work that I do. And I don't have the time or the energy, or, you know what I mean, or the finances to pay them. I was like, you speaking to me right now with a caring heart is more than what, you know what I mean, Medicaid would pay them to do in my life. Just a little bit of understanding. I actually do this regularly where I have to. And you caught me in between, you know what I mean, a rock and a hard place where I'm very honest. Are you okay? Not right this moment. But and what did I tell you on the elevator? The kids are coming in 15 minutes. I'm going to wipe my tears off and, you know, game on. And that's what it is I can turn this off and on so much because I've had to. But if I force turning it off, then I'll have to start all over again. And that's where it is like Carl Jung's video says, is like you always go into a relationship with your hand still on the door. When he said that, it triggered me because that's what happened last night. When I told her about herself, before I was about to open my mouth and tell her about herself, I grabbed all my stuff. I said it in my video last night. I grabbed all my stuff and I grabbed to the door because I was like, what comes next is you're going to kick me out of your life. I know what comes next. Kick me out of your life. I shared Lumen Moon Tarot's video. And she's like, you seem really fun. I really want to hang out with you. You seem like a really cool person. It's like, I'm so much fun. But everybody fears me. Because my only friends are dead people. My only friend is gone. They fear my spiritual status, so they won't let me be part of their physical world. Because it fucking intimidates their fucking being. But yeah, I am fun, and I am always outside. And I was in Wisconsin, bitch. Damn it. Could have made a friend. Instead, I just make more enemies everywhere I go. She was supposed to be my friend. What happened there? Told her no. She was supposed to be my friend. There's another great example. What happened there? We were all excited. Oh, I think I could get you a job. There's some low-end housing. There's great schooling. I don't have any friends. It would be great for you guys to set up here. Nana loves the dog. We love having you guys. It's amazing, right? And then, one day, I say no. God says, it's the daughter's birthday and they want to all go into Minneapolis, right? And they want to go do something. They don't even have a plan, but they want to go in. And I wake up and the Holy Spirit says, tell them no. Stay away from them. So God, if I do that, dude, she's going to go berserk. She's going to put me out. It'll be okay. Meaning he didn't tell me she wasn't. He told me it'd be okay. I just guessed that. It really happened. And it was worse than I thought it could ever be. She was really hurtful, dude. She threw me and my kids out right then and right there. And she was like, it was awful, bro. It was awful. She's supposed to be my friend. I recorded Mr. Plum telling me to pack up and leave. I was in the fight with him because of, you know what I mean? religious beliefs because he believes that Miss Fry isn't going to heaven. And I told him what a shitty fucking person he was, and he wasn't going to heaven. He told me to pack up and leave. So then I sat there crying to God, begging him to get me out of there. The best he could come up with was go camping, and that's where this whole love came from. I can be free out there. I can cook my food out there. I can dress out there. I can shower out there. I can play music. I can smoke weed. We can find lots of stuff. Nobody bothers us. The stars are always there. The animals. There's no fucking people. How can I make this forever? I can't. But I'm going to, as much as I can, but in the essence, like, fuck. Yeah, bro, people, dude. And that's it. It's like, bro, they said it. I ruined the relationship. Yeah, bro, I stood up for myself and it was over. Every single motherfucking relationship, bro. Let me open my mouth and tell the truth, dude. It's over. As long as I'm obedient and quiet, bro, it works. But the second I stand up, bro, it's over. There's the door. Thanks. Acceptance and letting go is like easy for me, but dealing with the emotions of it was never easy. I can show you how to move on, but now I'm learning how to heal it, you know what I mean? Because you don't fully move on when you haven't healed it. And that's why all these ghosts come back to haunt me. They're not, though. As much as it's a villain and a bad, you know, bad is happening to me, it's a piece of me I don't know that I get to see. Frozen in time. I get to have a memory of me. And it's not the best, but I get to see a version of me that I never saw before. My brain is blank. My memories are blank. I only have what they show me. And most of the healing, dude, as soon as I go through it, I don't really remember it again. Unless it brings it back up for, you know what I mean, teaching purposes. It's pretty much just a blank space. And that's it. When I do see something, I move towards it. Whatever pops in there. You know what I mean? And it's not like, you know, a mental disorder, they would say, is that you're incapable of, you know what I mean? Okay, let's put it this way. If I was to apply for disability saying I had a mental disorder, do you think that would fly? Do you think that somebody would write off a ticket on that? They'd say that I'm not capable of having a job, that I'm, you know what I mean, that my mental disability does not allow me to function properly within the world, and I might be a harm to myself or others. Do you think I could get a doctor to sign off on that? That I could get disability for the rest of my life for what has been done to me? Do you feel like you're entitled to compensation? Hey, what do you think? You think I got a shot at this? Should I try? Is it worth it? That check wouldn't pay my rent, fuckheads. I feel like I'm smarter than that. I feel like my mentality already right there disqualifies me for the understanding of knowing that check isn't I'm gonna die off that check. That's gonna make me suicidal. That check, living off that check for the rest of my life, and Trump threatening to take it every other month, that's gonna make me very suicidal. I don't have that kind of dependency issues, you know what I mean? I feel like I could do better. And that could just be the Lilith attitude. Your shadow is how you act, because that's not really how you feel. Come on, dude. I'm in the middle of a teaching.
I didn't say anything.
But you're, like, on me in your underwear. It's not the comfortable thing.
I'm looking for my...
I just yelled at the other guy for walking around in his underwear.
But he has junk. No. And I have an actual shirt on.
Doesn't matter what's in the underwear. It's the fact that you're walking around in underwear. That's a very pretty dog.
They're called bulldogs. That one's a pure breed. So
he's so confused in his identity. He doesn't know if he's a wolf or a dog. You're treating him like a dog, but he has the fucking energy of a wolf. Don't you feel like that's wrong? She's this wolf dog. It's the most beautiful thing I ever saw. But it's like he's like me. He's like part of two worlds, and you know, you treat him like he's of this world, but
a German Shepherd and
you can treat him like the best dog, but he could be the best wolf, and you're not letting him be that. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, the shadow. Yeah, he looks like a dog. You treat him like a dog, but he's also a wolf, and if you treated him like a wolf, he could be a wolf.
Yeah, there's the black ones too.
No. Alright, that's enough. You interrupted me.
The puppy.
That's enough.
The puppy though.
Uh-huh. Out of here. Now.
Puppy.
As we were talking about a lack of attention, you know what I mean? I have to give into giving attention as well. But that's also, you know what I mean, why we're so, you know what I mean, distant too, like we're independent. And that was another thing too, is like God putting me and my kids together on this trip and in the car gave us a chance to get close, get to know each other, give me some memories, some understanding about the people I gave birth to. You know what I mean? Get us to, you know what I mean? And while I'm doing these healings and I'm teaching, you know, I always turn to them and tell I've been through. They're always very shocked about my healing and what's happened in my childhood and shit like that. But in understanding that, I teach them everything. They're always, you'll see them, they're usually always in the room. Just this year, did she stop eating chips in the back of my fucking shit and him fucking, you know, doing weird shit too and the dog licking her butt. It's always them, you know what I mean? And that was another thing too, is gives a chance to get more personal. When we were living in our house, we were just living in our spaces because I bred them to be like me. You know what I mean? Self-contained, self-isolated, not needing anyone or their attention. And in essence, you know, you could be proud, but at the same time, that's not good. Other people would say, you know, they need companionship and shit. They do. But they need a head on their shoulder before they get out there because as we've all learned the hard way is people are manipulative. I can't protect them from people. I want to prepare them properly for people. I don't want them to be, you know what I mean, closed off of them, and they're very kind and open to all different types of people, but I want them to be knowledgeable about all different types of people. You know what I mean? To know that they can't treat all people the same, that each person calls for different, and that's, you know, not all people have the best intentions, and, you know, they learn from experience. We've been to different places, seen how different people act, how different people dress, how they treat each other, how they talk. You know what I mean? Like, they literally watched racism in 2024 exist within, you know what I mean, the real life. It really exists, bro. They saw it. For real. Like, they've seen it in their life. It's not in a history book, bro. It's in real life. And they know that it's real, not just in one town, but now they know it's real everywhere. They've seen a lot of things to make them know that things are real. They're not just in books. Confirmation. Oh, that's kind of her. She's checking on me. That's it too. I'm very honest. It's like, going back to this all is, we want to be our best version that people want of us, but that's not who we are. We're proud when they're proud. You know, going back to Russ, Russ just wants to be what everybody wants him to be. Whatever that is. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes to, you know what I mean? To get people to, you know what I mean? Acknowledge him. That's me in the most unhealed version, bro. But me in my own, it's just showing the extremes of what this does. The over-independence. Fucking sugar daddy over there. To say I wasn't a sugar mama is so stupid, bro. I held down the job. I told you, I can't be like that. I can't run this relationship like I did my other ones. I can't be the brains of the operation. I can't be the one always going to work and all of that shit, bro. I wore the pants. Did all that shit. But when I couldn't, and that's what she said about her relationship, when I stopped giving it everything, it was just expected and they gave nothing. What we didn't realize is they were never giving anything. We were giving everything. So to sit there and hear Russ say, my love language is Apple Pay, I love to give my cash away, all I could do was cry. You heard me, I just cried. It's like, you unhealed man, you. That's not what love is. Boo-hoo childhood trauma. Fucked up dad and his fucked up mama taught him that love meant drama. And his love language is Cash App. And he said it for fucking 16 years. It's sad, bro. It has nothing to do with my relationship to him, any kind of physical attraction, nothing. I've learned to love him, and he's a pain in my ass. He's like a brother and shit. I couldn't possibly think about getting physical or even doing anything other than slapping him across the face. Sometimes I want to give him a hug, but in the essence, it's like, how can you not love a broken man like that, bro? And that's where Marshall comes. It humbled the shit out of him, where it's like, I made the mistake of saying it, and he took it the wrong way. Like, let me share Marshall in my stories. But it's like, dude, we fucking love you because you need it. It's not pity, but it's like, it's our own pain in another person. Kanye, bro, I shared that funny thing. It's like, I don't know who typed it, but it was the best thing. I stole that shit. It said, him, you're acting crazy. Me, Kanye would understand. In the sense of, they get where I'm coming from, and I understand what's going on with them. And does that make us crazy? I hear, who's that? It's that guy that sings, does that make me crazy? You call me? I can only hear the words. I don't know. Anyways. Is that what it is? I guess. Anyways, it's like, what made us this way? Can we talk about your parents? Oscar, you want to talk about your childhood and how wonderful it was? You want to paint this wonderful picture to me of how great your parents were and why you never go home? Or can we talk about it for real? And not talk about it to feel bad, but talk about it so that we can empower other people. Nobody knew, I didn't know, that Logic was a biracial rapper. You're like, what the fuck does that mean? He's half black, bro. He has a black dad. His black dad brought him into music and taught him music. He has soul inside of him. He's authentically made from the fucking soul food, bro. But his mom was a white crack whore. And that's where Logic came from. How can you say that? He told us. Just like that, he told us the truth. You can't hurt him with those words. He's been hurt by himself. He's freed himself with those words. And it's amazing. Because he's only a shadow of himself. He has a whole untapped, you know what I mean, part of himself that he hasn't even discovered. Why? Because he doesn't want to be a wankster. It's hard enough to be a white rapper. Right, Eminem? Can't say the N-word, right? Russ would never. You would never. Oh, God, don't ever. You might get jumped, especially in Atlanta. You can't back it up, bro. Not. You're not even having a black girlfriend will get you fucking qualified or certified in that department. Not even having a black baby would get you allowed to say some shit like that, broskies. None of you. Does Marshall's black affiliation give him the right to say it? No. What gave you the right to say it, Marshall? What gives me the right to say it? Is because I'm allowed to say it because I had black sisters that were never in my life? Because I grew up around black people most of my life? No. What gives us the right? Because we're not using it like you do. And we never have, and we never will. When we say it in a family manner. Monica. When you say it, you're trying to be cool with somebody. And you think it's cool, and it's not cool. When I say it, and somebody don't like it, do I apologize and say you're right? Or I stand up for my right to say this word, and that I meant no harm, but that you got some unhealed wounds against a family name. Could Lewis say it? He's black. Could Lewis say it? British Royal Black Lewis Hamilton. Can you say Nika? I've been trying to get him to say bitch. I can't get him to say any curse words. I don't think so though. Does he qualify just because he's got black skin? He's around here like Manika. No, I don't think so, Manika. It's just not. I don't think he would ever. I don't think he practiced. I don't think it's why? Because he wasn't part of the culture. That's it. Why do we say it? Because we're culturalized into it. We're normalized into it. We're from a place where we can say it, and they don't take offense to it. We say it to our family. We don't say it as an enemy. We say it in a family. It's my Mika. We don't say no shit like that. Your words are all powerful. But in the sense of, I could say it and it don't mean that you can hear it. And that's why. Because you're sensitive. You can't accept stuff. She can't talk like that. Why can't I? Because somebody else said it before and they said it the wrong way, so now I'm limited to live my life because somebody else fucked this up. That's their fucked up, not mine. Now, going back to, you know what I mean, all of my twin flames, they judge me by my masculinity, being overpowerful, right? It's like, I know I remind you of somebody, but I'm not them. I'm not Kim. I'm not Kim. I'm not any of them. I'm not your ex. I'm not any of them. But they sure want to be like, oh yeah, that's how girls are. I'm not a girl. I just wear girl skin, bro. I didn't have a girl even, you know what I mean? I dress up as a girl. I like men. Does that make me a girl? What makes me a girl? My feelings? I didn't have any. My ball's bigger than yours. Tell me again, what makes me a girl? That's what it is. You don't like me because I don't act like a girl. But you're telling me I have to be something that you said I was. Nobody said I was a girl. Just because of my appearance, I'm a certain way. Tell me how a girl acts. If I don't act like that, I'm less of a girl. I don't have tits. I can't make babies. I don't have a vagina. I don't have, pretty looks and all that. That's what makes me a girl, right? Those parts. And as long as I, you know what I mean? Now I have to act it. Being made as a girl isn't enough. Now I have to, really be made. Programmed into what a girl is. What a girl wants. Fucking Christina Aguilera. There you go. She's a real girly girl. You're asking me to be something that I don't pretend it to be. My mother wasn't a girl. She became a hoarder of girly things when she became old, but she never dressed up. She was very pretty, but she was a tomboy. My aunt, shit, she turned into a whole ass dyke, to be honest. For real. Very, very butch. All of us women, it's a long line of over-independent women. As they say, you don't mess with the were-girls. For real? Yeah, there's like 5 black ones. They're big, bad, and burly. Burly. They're like twice me. Why? Because they got that fucking... They were raised by their daddy. They didn't even have a mom. And the one they did, they had an evil stepmother that beat them. You wanna mess with the were-girls? We're all severely damaged, bro. I just had to get away, bro. I can't save you. And I definitely can't save me. I can't save myself being around your sickness too, reminding me of childhood. Every time I look at you, I see all of the impressions of my mother. you subconsciously act like her. You bring her back to life in your sick behaviors. What's in your drink? Yep, that's my mother. Meaning all of her ways are passed on. What'd I get? Oh, the cleaning. That's not bad. Cooking. A little laughter. The stories. The travels. I don't know. My mom was a lot of things. She became a good grandmother. And that in turn helped her to bond her relationship with her children. She came back later to try to be a better mother. Not be a better mother, but try to create a relationship. And she worked hard at those, and it was serious to her. She would have her talks, when she did try to be a mother, she gave it her all. The problem is she didn't really try till it was a little too late. She didn't try to, fuck. I guess it's never too late when I say that, because those are the memories I think I had a good childhood. She was in her 40s, 40s. She got her GED when she was in her 30s. She always she had this dream of being a juvenile probation officer. She wanted to run a big farm and bring kids off the street that had been abused and thrown through the system like herself. She was pretty damn close, bro. She got a lot of freaking accolades. She had just a couple more credits towards her master's degree with an emphasis on juveniles. And then something happened. She was working all the time and she was going to school and something happened. What happened? She got disability. For what? I don't know. But I think it was her mental health. And after that, she didn't do anything else with her life. Truly, truly. I didn't get to see what she was going to do with it. My sister follows her footsteps. She goes to college all the time. She works for a welfare office. She does it all, but she doesn't actually jump to the field. They all think that, going to school, and that's what I realized. It's like, being part of the education system gives you kind of power. You get to come home and tell people about your schooling, and they think you're smart. And they feed off of that. Not to say that my sister isn't smart, but I'm saying is I don't see her doing it. Because she could have did it. Instead, she's like, no, I'm going to keep going to school for longer. And that's it. It's like, once you have the bachelor's degree, you have enough to get in, bro. The experience can get you up. Staying in for more education is only necessary when, you're going to, If you've already had experience and you're trying to further your experience, which is returning to grad school, meaning I need to have more, more educational understanding for the next position that I'm trying to take. So, in essence, she took something like paralegal. I think it was. Shit, now I'm getting all these memories. My brother's ex-girlfriend, she did the same thing. Stayed on welfare. As long as she's doing something on welfare, she gets to stay on welfare for all these years. And so she went to school. She's got like 3 fucking certificates. She does have a bachelor's degree in paralegal. She has another one, and she has 2 other ones and 2 other things. But doesn't use any of them. She's, She's got a husband that raises all 9 of these kids, and he works for like Comcast or some shit. People go to school just to say that, and that was in Kanye's song. One of Kanye's songs. To get a degree that won't pay you nothing. Just to say that, you won't drop out of school, so somebody will pay your bills and shit. In essence, here's a perfect example. Oh god, cringe as fuck. Is Russ's sister. The bitch goes to school to understand her mind, but she doesn't have a fucking life or mind of her own. She says she's a master's student in child psychology. Where's your experience? You just sit there all day studying, reading books about kids? When are you gonna get a job? when you have the master's degree, now you're smart enough to get a job dealing with kids. All that degree calls for is that you have to have a degree, at least a bachelor's degree, to deal with children. You have to have a certain kind of, you know what I mean, higher education. You're just trying to be the highest in the room, but it means nothing. Look at your mom. She's real fucking smart with her fucking degree. Her associate's degree in fucking psychology. She did wonders with you three. Damn, I hear all the rhyming. Do you hear it? Boo-hoo childhood trauma. Fucked up her kids, her husband, everybody. Why? Because she was fucked up, bro. And she still won't save herself. She's trying to come out here and tell you that she'll save you with some healing session for $92 a fucking, you know what I mean, for a half an hour of healing session. But her kids are out here begging for healing from every fucking department outside of their home. But yet she's gonna heal you. She literally says she's a fucking life coach. Look at her children, bro. Look at her husband. Look at her life. Look at him. His love language is Apple Pay. He loves to give his cash away. Listen to his songs, how many cars he has to buy her, how many fucking houses he has to buy her, how he buys her all these purses, how he takes her everywhere. What the fuck did she create? He's not whole without her. But even with her, there's no wholeness. He's still broken and shattered, begging for her to look at him. I see him and I'm like, as much as it makes me ill to my stomach that I'm dealing with a grown man, when it's all said and done, I'm dealing with a hurt version of myself, just begging for attention. And that's where I see it. It's like, this is what could have happened to you. And that was my last post, is I have two choices, which is no choice at all. I can either be hurt for the rest of my life about what's happened to me and try to pretend like I'm not hurt and put on that fake face, put on my clown face, you know, my McDonald's eyebrows, and smile big for the cameras for you bitches. Right? Or by doing that, stay hurt for the rest of my life. Not dealing with it is staying hurt for the rest of my life. Or I could spend the rest of my life in recovery. Dealing with everything that I need to deal with as soon as I can. Trying to evolve, trying to be a better healed version of myself. Trying to overcome my childhood, my whole life, and all the misfortunes. One at a time. Those are my options. Stay unhealed for the rest of your life, or spend the rest of your life healing. I think I'm gonna go with healing. And we have a winner! I don't have a fucking choice, bitches. Some days are harder than others, but I'm always healing. And people want to hear that. They don't want to hear that you can't be stable and perfect every day of your life. Well, let me tell you how fucked up every day of my life was. And it's really hard to be perfect. There's no such thing. Told you, I'm lots of fun. Don't you want to hang out with me? Talk about your feelings? Nobody does. They don't want to hear mine and they don't want to talk about theirs. Well, damn. That's all we do around here. We have nothing in common. I thought you had feelings. I was pretty sure that you had feelings. Really bad ones. It's all that draws people to me. I want to help you. But if you can't help yourself, then I don't want to talk to you. Why? Because you remind me of what it feels like to hurt. I'll hurt with you for a minute. But I'm not going to stay hurt with you, bro, about some shit. I'm not going to stay around while you keep hurting. I am the goddess of hell. I will show you to the door if you'd like, but I'm not going to sit here with you crying about your little pity party. Alright? After a while, I will start laughing at you. And I will make you the fucking ass clown. Everybody's here on some fucking shit. It's some fucked up shit that life is. You're here for as long as you want to be here about it. How often do I visit hell? Every time I have to live a life experience. Usually on Fridays. I like to spend my weekends there. I'm such a creepo people. I mean, the alternative is being something like you, and who the fuck wants to be like you? That's what got me into this mess. Trying to be like other people. Trying to be what people wanted. Trying to, you know what I mean, live up to expectations. Whatever in my mind, you know, whatever somebody told me was a good mother, and this is a good fit, and that looks cute on you. No, it doesn't. Why didn't you tell me how fat I looked? No, it looks good. You're blind. You're not useful. Why don't you tell me? Oh, no, I didn't know. Well, you're dumb. You're not useful. I feel like I'm very useful. I can protect you from a lot of things, which is what? Your own problems. You're like, no, you should. That's social suicide. No, that's fashion suicide. No. That's inside. Who am I to say? I go out. That's what they're like. I feel like you're very fashionable. Yeah, I dress very comfortably, and I make it all match. It looks great. I make it look great. Typically, I have a lot of burn holes in my clothes because I've burned a lot of sage and stuff too. How do you feel about sage? In essence, I mean, no. Trying to be like you guys is exhausting. Just trying to even, you know what I mean, attempt to work through your way of life without being affected by it is exhausting. And that's what makes a person go sick, is trying to, you know what I mean, keep up with the Kardashians. Those bitches ain't going nowhere. They're going to the grave with all their dirty little secrets. And then their kids are going to write memoirs and tell us everything. It's a tell-all. We're going to be sitting there with the popcorn. I knew it. Knew it! I mean, I did not know that Will Smith and, you know, his wife were so out of control in their house. But there's so much more to come. Stay tuned. God in this truth, bro. All truths shall be told. Well, damn. That's one truth I did not know. You guys ready to face the truth? Most are. And even when you are, you're still programmed to be a lie. Can I ask you how you are and you're not going to lie to my face? And that's what the Carl Jung video said, is I can sense all of that even if I wasn't psychic. I'm trained to. I sit in silence. I know the cues of silence. It's all, you know what I mean? That's all I've ever known. And I said it in the beginning of those videos, you know, when Bobby ghosted me the first time, I came to that, it was one of my first healings. I was like, it has nothing to do with him. I would put myself in this place of silence, waiting for someone to come back for me, waiting for someone to tell me what to do, waiting for someone to make my decision for me. And I would just sit there. I said, you know what I mean? My kids would go hungry. I'd have to go and, you know what I mean? I'd finally have to leave the house, and after days of him not coming back. And I'd have to figure out what I was going to do. I wouldn't tell anybody what happened. I'd just sit there and rot in it. And that's what they said too. They create realities. When you can't escape the pain, when your body can't, you find a way that your mind can leave where you are. I've been doing this since before I became spiritual. I've known how to leave the mind and leave the situation, disassociate, not like, are you talking to me? What were you saying? I wasn't here. I tell you all the time, fuckers. Where am I at now? Well, luckily I'm in the spirit realms, but before, where was I? Hidden in a dark place in my mind. Me. You could say I'm the shadow of myself. But I'm the light, so how could I be the shadow? So the truth is I walked in my shadow my whole life. A dark version of myself. That wasn't who I really was. That was made to protect me, to protect the light inside. And only when the light was strong enough was it able to come out. And then all of those false personas, as they say, Carl Jung says, he said 1. I am 7. They start falling off. You can't be that anymore. It doesn't feel authentic. This isn't, you know what I mean? And I told you. I looked there and I looked at my clothes and I'm like, this is what I wear. This is how I live. This is what I do. This is how I talk. And that's it. I just watch myself. Why did you say that? And then I start, you know, understanding this side of me that's been running my life, my whole life. You would say it's me, but that's not me. And that's when I'm like, I don't even know who that is. But I discover more and more, and then as I tell my stories, everybody finds out how powerful I was. Yeah, I guess. I created this very powerful version that now I'm struggling really hard to take off. And that was that thing. It's like, you're so independent. Yeah, so independent that now I can't let anyone in. Every time I let anyone in, it hurts, and I run from them or I push them away. Why? Because I know you're not going to stay anyways. Why? These things just don't last. If you stay, it's for all the wrong reasons, not the right ones. And that's what it said in Carl Lagon's video. It's like, you're just here to get what you want out of me. Take what you want and leave. I'm not even going to put up a fight. You don't need to lie to me. What do you want? Just take it. Whatever you take, God will replace. I don't even care. Just take it and go. Leave me alone. And that's where I said I've learned to live happily by myself. I know I'm not supposed to, and that I'm worthy of love, and that I deserve to have friends. And it's nothing completely wrong with them, but a lot of what's wrong with me. And that's the problem. When there's only one of, when you're one of a kind, there's nobody like you. So they don't get you. The only people that resonate with me are people that resonate with my shadow. The old version of me, my lower self. When I'm acting a fool. So again, I have to dumb myself down and put on my skin and be this old version of myself that seems to fit in. Just so I don't have, it's better to, just kind of move through it than always, cause havoc. I don't know, in the sense of, it's not worth getting dressed up and feeling at my best just to go out there and be hated on all the time. I don't need that in my life. And when you know what I know, dude, you just know too much. People have an agenda, bro. I don't give a fuck who you are. All of you that want to hang out with me, whatever she saw in her cards, she saw I could bring fun to her life. But what'd she say? If you're ever in my town, come hang out with me. You're not going to go out of your way to have fun. You'll invite someone that has fun, but you know what I mean? And that's it. Everybody wants someone fun, but when when the fun times are over, when I'm not being so fun, then I gotta go home and be alone, right? It's not all fun and games, I just make fun out of it. And it's definitely not a game. It was gonna be my life anyways. I was gonna have to do this for the rest of my life. God put this together so that my life's work would work for me and work for everyone else. Just taking care of me and sharing this experience of, of my evolution. Just the documents of it, just every day of it, fulfills my commitment to the God to, show his children the way. As I find my way, I show you the way, and away we go. We never stop. I keep showing you how to go through them. As I go through them, we never stop. Never take a break. Sometimes you just can't do it, but it doesn't mean you're not recovering from something else. And that's what it is. It's like, I'd like to stop. I'd like to surrender. I'd like to feel safe. I'd like to put the sword down. I'd like to stop worrying. I don't even think it's worrying, it's just protecting. Always having, Always having my sword. It's like I sleep with it. I wake up with it. It's me, but it's not. It's what keeps me safe at night. That's what helps me through the day. When I lost the voices of my personality, my egos, my altered egos, I was so alone. I cried real hard. I didn't have anything. And that's when I learned to hear the voice of God, when I could really hear it, when they stopped talking. Because I'm sitting there and I'm listening. Inside, guys, not outside. It was all happening inside. The outside I couldn't even hear because the inside was so loud. There was so much going on inside. When it went silent, I just sit there listening, waiting for them to come back. What is this? Why is it quiet? And then it just stayed quiet. But then I could hear, you know what I mean? I could hear everything then. And that's like, I'm not alone, and I meant it. It's like, I talk to dead people. Yeah, all of that too. And that's it. Once you get past your conscious, then you're in your spirit. When you're doing spiritual work, you're in your spirit and you're with the spirit. And if you're consciously making, you know what I mean, spiritual strides, then you're really connecting to the Holy Spirit. Maybe if I only learned of Jesus, I would have only connected with Jesus. But I was guided to connect with all spirits. And that's what I mean, is I can sit in the quiet, and that's all I want to do. And I can hear everything. So God never stops talking. Nothing does. You can hear the whole universe. The trees will tell you everything. The birds, everything. It can tell you the past, the present, everything, dude. But the first voice you have to start listening to is your own. And anytime that you hear it again, you got it. And that's what it is I can hear, you know, I can't see my memories, right? I can't. Just like that, they'll come out of nowhere. Like I'm seeing memories. I remember that my brother's ex-wife went to school for 3 years, or for 3 different things. And I remembered my sister was a college major. I didn't remember this. I couldn't have told you this before that. And that's where it is like, they just come. It just comes. But what else is hidden in there, you know what I mean? Crazy was the version before. Whereas it completely, you know what I mean, lights off. I was walking as a robot, I suppose. And I looked at Bobby and I was dead ass. I was like, how could I be that crazy and nobody ever know it? And not even know it. And he's like, and he said it so simplistically. Most crazy people don't know they're crazy. Was I crazy? Perhaps. They don't use that term, but I was hurt. And if you change the word around and say most hurt people don't even know they're hurt, it changes everything around. Because I didn't know I was hurt. I wasn't crazy. I had a very functional life. I was emotionally disturbed, which means that, you could say I was almost a sociopath or a narcissist where I didn't have any understanding of feelings. But that's not true either, because I was very sympathetic to other people's feelings. With my brain, I functioned quite well, is what we can kind of see. Is like I was doing the best that I could with circumstances I had, and I always found a way out to dig myself out. I would always dig myself out. But if the correlating problem was, that I'm always triggered and I'd run, then we know what the problem was. Every time things got hard, I would run away. So that explains all the travel. And the sabotaging and everything else. Just make it, just erase it from your memory and start a new life. And that's why, as a performer, they called me Lucky the Phoenix, because I do it all the time. To run away and start a new life. But I had forgotten what I ran away and how long I've been running and what I was running from. And so then things will happen and I'll get triggered to go into those same behaviors. and I can catch him, and I can stop him. But I couldn't before. Ew, he is sick. My son got sick at school. I gave him some cough medicine, some cough drops, but if he's choking out in the stomach area, that's going to be even worse. Like, really? Yeah, like that fast. He was fine when I went and sent him to school today. He came home all coughing, and now he sounds like he's gagging. Schools is like a harvesting place for sickness. Tell him to wash his hands. Fucking Lysol the shit out of that kid. I mean, I don't want whatever you got. You know how this passes, right? Keep it on your own body. Alright, so I made this whole video about the shadow, and that's what I specialize in. Shadow work. Subconscious healing. Inner childhood trauma healing. Subconscious wounds. I teach you how to deal with them. I teach you what makes them come up, what are some of the things that to look for, and how to deal with them. Any of them. And that's why this keeps going on. Because there's all kinds of different triggers and all kinds of different things we have to overcome. And I have all kinds of different things that I haven't overcome that I still need to be triggered. The button needs to be pushed. When I started my awakening, right, there was all kinds of black magic sent at me. In essence, it was just to push me into my shadows so that I could never heal. Push me into my pain. Push me into my suffering. They excelled. They super excelled my healing for me. Without the power of them pushing all of this to the surface, it would have took me so much longer. They were trying to take my power away, but all they were doing was making me more powerful. The more pain and suffering that you push upon me, the more powerful I become. Russ hasn't seemed to figure that out. The more you push me, the more powerful I become. Keep pushing me. You're pushing me to absolute greatness every time you push my buttons. It's the truth. Look at it. I get better and better and better. And what does he do? Stays the same. That's the sad part, is not watching anybody else heal. Being so proud of that I could figure this out and I know what it takes and doing it every day. And so hopeful that there's other people that can do this, because I'm science breaking shit right now, dude. I'm breaking all the fucking molds. I'm doing shit that's never been done before, and I'm teaching regular schmegulars how to do it. And I'm always excited that, you know what I mean, you guys are going to break the ceiling and be on the other side with me in the spiritual realm. No longer wearing the flesh, but just dealing with it. But no. It's going to take you a long time. And that's where I look at her, I'm like, fuck. In order for me to hang out with her, bro, I gotta be a lower version of myself. I gotta do shit the old me would do. Now, that's a good thing, believe it or not. Because it makes me reflect on who I used to be and how I used to act and the things that used to bring me joy. But it's very souring. Because, you know, when you're trying to make connections, you do the things that normal people do. And I make an attempt at it because this is something new. I've never done this. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to make a friend. I'm going to go out and have an experience. And it's all really too much. But I smile my way through it as best as I can. I make the best of it, and I come home, and I die. I'm like, I'm not doing that again. But then after a while, I'll get up and I'll go again and try to do something else out in that world that either I used to like to do or never did before. It's hard. It's re-lifing. It's being reborn. You're not a baby, but you still are. You're very childlike. And that's what it is everybody sees my power, but they don't see my vulnerability. And as funny as that post is, it's like, for whatever reason, Marshall is the only one that seems to get that I'm a Holy Spirit stuck in this body trying to figure out life, and it's fucking me up. He has his own personal issues why he won't help me life. And that's okay. Whatever. But he gets it more than anyone else. A lot of people just think I'm crazy. A lot of people think I'm all, they see me, they see all different parts. They see what they want. They see what part of me that they like most. Some people really like the Lilith. Some people really like the wise. They like the maiden. They like the mother. They like the crone. They like all aspects, all different parts of me. Some people really like the dark aspects of me when I get out here, talking all kinds of shit and being nasty. A lot of people really love the loving, compassionate side of me that cries and that feels for people. The problem is everybody's trying to pick me apart. They only want that part of me. They reject the other parts that come with me. So I'd rather just stay apart and stay together, keep it together by staying apart. Because, going around you is just tearing me apart. I have to be something I'm not in order to please you. And it's true. If I'm not pleasing to you, you're going to kick me out of your life. But the fucked up part is it's not just me. You treat everyone like that way. I have nothing to offer you but wisdom, knowledge, love, and a connection to God. Like every other priest or priestess. But because I don't have a church, I think there's a lot of reasons. But that's not good enough. And it has to be, because that's what I have to offer. If my offerings aren't good enough to you, then you don't deserve me. My love language isn't that. It's not Cash App. I don't have cash to fucking blow. It's not fucking any of that shit, bro. My love language is truth. And the more truth you give me, the more I know you love me. But nobody has any truth to give. I fell in love with Bobby because he told me a truth. Then he just spent the rest of all these years lying to me. I've always said that. That's all I ever wanted was truth. Just be honest with me. Something nobody ever has been. It's not that hard. I can accept the truth. It's the fucking lies I can't stand. And I still have to accept those too. Right in my face all day. You wear a version of yourself just to make it through the day, but that's not who you are. God's asking you to take that off, as He is me. I spent the last 3 days trying to explain what that looks like for me. I don't know what that looks like for you. But I can tell you it's hard. It's going to take us a long time. These are our choices. To stay unhealed, hiding behind this mask for the rest of our lives, or take it off and spend the rest of our lives healing with that mask hid. Some of you don't got so much shit hidden behind your mask. I'm not so pretty behind my mask. And that's why I don't even put it on anymore. So maybe if you saw what I really was, you'd stop treating me like shit. Maybe if you saw how fucking hurt I am, you'd stop thinking I'm so powerful. Being hurt is what made me powerful. Staying powerful is what keeps me hurt. It's a two-edged sword. In essence, I'm shoving that sword in my heart, and so are you every day. Every day you try to dress up in front of that mirror to be what they want. You're not being you. You're being what they want. Not what you want. You don't want this, you just want them to like you. But will it work? Did anything work? Did anything you do make them like you and stick around? Or when the mask fell, they left too? When they saw what was behind the mask, they left you too? So you gotta hold it up. If they find out, right? Once they know what's behind the mask, they see those demons, they're out of there. Once they realize that you're not as rich as you say, that you're not as smart as you say, that you came from a bad neighborhood, that you've got bad family, that you have bad experiences, they don't want to be affiliated. They only want the good things. They didn't know that you had struggles and you had a life. They just want you, they want to know that you're good and you're going to look good on paper. This don't look so good on paper. Your childhood doesn't look so good on paper. Your dating record don't look so good on paper. Your taxes don't look so good on paper. Your fucking rap sheet don't look so good. My parents aren't gonna like this. My church isn't gonna like this. My government isn't gonna like this. I can't be with someone like this. I know I don't look good on paper, but I'm a good person. Doesn't that count for something? It doesn't count, huh? Not in this world. It has no value. I have no value. I have nothing to show for my life. Hey, all the pain and suffering I've been through and still being a good person is the most valuable thing about me. I'm lucky to make it out with my life, let alone to be a good person on the way out. I'm trying to save people from where I just came from. I don't know, bro. Either take it off or, put it back on, whatever you want to do. It's hard. It's not who we are. Your ego, your persona, your identity, your clothes, your car, your fucking house, the name your parents gave you, the fucking title, then the title at your job, that's not who you are, bro. Those are just things you tell people that you're part of to make yourself feel good or to make yourself liked. If you weren't part of any of that, they treat you like they do me. They just like the affiliation. Nobody wants to be friends with a nobody that can't get them somewhere, that doesn't add value to them. That's it. Without monetary value, I don't have to worry about people like you. If I have nothing to give, then there's no takers to come around me. It's only when I have something they come around. Nobody wants the truth. They want to lie. Hey, that's all I got for you. And that's it, folks. It's tomorrow. Thursday's a good day, hopefully. I don't know, these waves of emotions are coming in. I've never been a surfer, but I am riding the ocean, dude. Like, seriously, I have set sail to this motherfucker. We are riding these waves. I don't know, it's just been a little bit more of an intense week than they usually are. The planets and all that stuff. So hopefully tomorrow will be a day off, but maybe not. And then we're right back at it on Friday. It's Friday then. For anybody new, you can see in any of my Friday videos, that's when this all goes down. It's about to go down. What happens? The planetary alignment of the day pushes us into our shadow so that we can heal. Friday is a Venus day. It pushes you into your heart space. And if you're like me, your heart is hurt. So on Friday, it pushes up some hurt that we have to overcome. We have to see it God's way and move on. It's not always easy. It's called ego deaths. I got a million videos of them. And we'll do a billion more. Till when? I don't know. 55 bottles. 55 years. Still on the timer. 50. That's pretty much still 56. Pretty much. You're like, what? Yeah, I'm here till 99. And since I'm always a teacher and stuff, I think I'll be teaching till the day I die. telling people how to be happy. That's what I'm supposed to do. Anyways, yeah. And I mean, I'm pretty happy most of the time. Again, like, that's the cool thing is, like, if I didn't do this, I would have never been happy. Most of the time, I'm happy until something makes me unhappy. And then I have to deal with that unhappiness and get back to a happy place. Nothing makes me happy. It's a place that I create for myself. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not a video game. It's not a movie. It's not like money or anything. It's just a place. Where's your happy place? A place in the darkness where I'm not needed, where I can just listen to the world go by and not have to be part of it. Does that have to do with this world? Oh, it's a LILITH thing. It's always been there. I like nothing. That's all I know. It's when everything else is going, you know what I mean? It's like, I can adapt to chaos. I'm not great in it, but I like nothing. I say it. But sometimes I get tired of nothing. When there's nothing going on in the nothing, then it really sucks. Usually there's a lot going on in the nothing. But that's it. I'm like, there's a lot going on in the nothing. Which is a book I have, From Nothingness to, we haven't really read too much of it. What was it? Nothingness to something. To enlightenment. It was the changeover. It was some essays written about the difference between Hinduism and Buddhism. I don't know, this is all a bunch of nothingness to me. Hey, that was it. I love you guys. Have a good night. I don't know what you can do with that. I hope you do some great shit with it. I hope it means something to you. Many people have taught about it, but I can show you it. That's the difference in my teachings. Is I'm hands-on. I show you from experience. I show you. I don't just tell you. I show you. I show you, fuckers. Hey, I'll catch you tomorrow. Later, sailors. Beep. Beep.